incredibly proud really that the FA are creating an award in Charlotte's name. Debbie Hewitt was kind enough to speak to both Helen and I very early on about whether we would be willing, to allow it. We are very willing. I think it'll make us very proud in the future to be able to see other young people striving to volunteer and to help others in Charlotte's name. I joined the Royal Air Force in 1982. I played football in the Air Force at various levels, and then eventually became the FA Council member for the Royal Air Force FA. Ever since a child, I was football crazy. Everything revolved around football. It just made sense for me to move into football administration and doing that sort of stuff, and then beginning a charity which was also based all around football. It began with a drunken conversation in a bar with an old boss of mine who was a Bolton Wanderers season ticket holder many years ago, and she suggested that we collect all the football shirts that we had lying around and send them out to people in Africa. We started the Taking Football to Africa and Beyond charitable appeal, which basically collects football shirts and then redistributes them. The appeal started back in 2006 and is still running today. To date, we've delivered over 350,000 items, which includes over 100,000 football shirts to 63 countries worldwide. Yeah, so Charlotte really didn't have a great deal of choice in the early days, in that some of our holidays tended to be out to Kenya, which is the country where most of our kit goes to. So we set up really good links with Kenya from about 2008. Since then we've been running a visit each year where we take people out to deliver the football kit in and around the slum areas around Nairobi and other parts of Kenya. So Charlotte first travelled out, I think she was 9 on the first time she went, and then she's been a few times since then. But she sort of got the bug, so she used to help me sort in the kit, boxing the kit. And when she was 16, she went out and volunteered for a month at one of the children's orphanages that we work with in a place called Gilgil, the Restart Centre. So she went out with a school friend of hers for a month on her own, had her 17th birthday while she was out there. Her intent was on finishing university, because she was doing a primary education degree, that she would go and teach in Kenya so that she could carry on doing her voluntary work out there. I took Charlotte across to Shropshire FA and she had a little interview with them and joined the FA Youth Council for Shropshire FA. Charlotte was a very, she was a typical 18, 19-year-old. She was a typical child, really. She was very caring, and I think from doing the trips out to Kenya and going and seeing how youngsters live out there and the struggles that they have on a day-to-day basis, she wanted to help in her own way, I suppose. She liked doing voluntary work, as well as the Youth Council. She volunteered during COVID at the League of Friends because the older people that normally worked there couldn't work there. She just liked being in and around helping people, really. The fact that all she'd ever wanted to be was a primary school teacher. She wanted to go out to Kenya, she wanted to teach in Kenya, but she also wanted to carry on volunteering and being with those children. I think pretty much summed her up. I think she would wonder what was going on, with the bits and pieces that have happened since she died. The amount of money that we've raised for the Restart Centre has been absolutely incredible. She got an award from the FA Youth Council last year. We'll be going to collect her degree posthumously next month. I think, she would have found it quite interesting that all of this had gone on, but I think it just sums up what she was. It is a privilege to announce that in honour of my wonderful daughter, Charlotte Hope, the FA is launching the Hope Award. This award will recognise everything that Charlotte did and believed in.